What is up, guys? My name is Color Reset. I wanted to make a video for the new players of Killer Instinct, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Guilty Gear. Anyone who is entering the world of fighting games, they need to learn the idea of it confirming visual, auditory memory, and of course the muscle memory. When it comes to muscle memory, of course, it's all about the execution and remembering what is a specific input for the fireball, shoryuken, the stab animation for general ROM in that case. So you learn all those things little by little and you say, okay, so that's the input. So I should be able to do it in a specific match situation. So that's the idea of muscle memory and execution. The visual memory, of course, is the representation of the attack or the confirm on hit, block, whatever. It's all about that. And for the auditory part, with the audio cue that you get, might be the cue that you get from your character or even in the sound of it, because every attack that you land has a specific sound on hit and on block. Every single character, specifically in Killer Instinct, it's the case. I don't know for Mortal Kombat, I don't play that game as much as usual. Street Fighter, I know there's sound, especially with the crash counter, I mean, seriously. And yeah, something that most players do is canceling it to something that is unsafe. And the big problem is you get a punishment. So the best thing I can recommend if you are new to fighting games, if you're past the step of execution, learning the how to throw a fireball, how to land a wing kick or laser sword in the case of Jago, if you know how to do that, great, it's good. But sometimes you don't want to land a specific wing kick or fireball because you may get punished as a result, or just see a bad thing as a result. So what I can do for you is tell you this. You go into your training mode, you set up the guard for the dummy at random. And if you want to get even deeper into that, you can set up the counter hit on random. But in my case, I'm gonna do it to normal because I can spend a lot of times just learning the sound effect for the counter hit and land something very specific. But I'm not going into the specific things, I just want to show you why it's important to know when you have to land a hit and know the effects of it. So, in the case of General ROM, you have what we call the standing heavy punch and the medium decimation. Now, what is very interesting in that case, if you are new to General ROM or any fighting game in fact, General ROM, the standing heavy punch is +1 on block. This means that it can still land something before the other character, the other player, can react. It's gonna react actually slower. So this is that. Now you see it blocked. And the medium decimation, which is a medium stab, quarter circle forward medium punch. You see it hits. Okay, so basically, any time that you land the standing heavy punch and it hits, you can confirm with the medium decimation. But if you land the medium decimation on block, it's going to be -3. So basically, you can get punished or you basically lose your turn as you fight. So what you can do if you are new to Killer Instinct, if you are new to Street Fighter, learn that aspect of it confirms. And having the dummy to random is the best thing that you can have, because you will learn when the character is blocking and when you should land that stab in the case of General ROM. So the result will be that over and over and over again for at least 2 or 3 minutes, so you can learn why it's so important to it confirms or not, and just learning that aspect of audio and visual feedback. So he blocks. Okay, so the best thing I can recommend if you are new to fighting games, if you know that aspect of execution, you know about that fireball motion, you know the quarter circle motion, just doing that like that. So As you can see, I can do it without any issues. I practice it for at least over 2 years now. Throwing a fireball is not magical for me. So, yeah. So, what I can do now is inputting the heavy punch, and right after that I can do the quarter circle motion that is required for the stab. But of course, it's gonna be important to actually do it on the other side of the screen. So it's gonna look like this. And when I see that Jago is hit by the heavy punch, I should be able to input the medium punch, because I've already done the quarter circle motion that is required for decimation, the stab, of course. So I'm gonna see Jago, and the instant I can see it didn't block, I will be able to input the medium punch. I should be able to do that. It's required. Whoops. Again, execution. I could be -3 on that. Never mind the meter. Not good. Not good there. Not good there. Not good there. There you go. I should practice it over and over until I see the animation correctly and I can learn. There you go. I failed that. Again. Again, that's weird, huh? As you can probably tell right now, it's easier said than done. There you go. So, let's try on the other side of the screen. I failed that. Whoops. Whoops. Again. 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 Nope. There you go. Nope. There you go. Let's try on the other side of the screen. Nope. 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 There you go. Just to be honest, right now, I'm not even looking at the screen. I'm trying to learn by sound. As you can see as well, how many times did I rotate the stick? Nope. Nope. Oops. There you go. So that's the idea of it confirming and knowing when you should and should not cancel. That's basically it. I hope you guys understood the that basics. Well, basically that's the basics of fighting games, learning how to cancel and not to cancel. And yeah, it applies to all fighting games. Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Injustice, Killer Instinct. Every time that you see a fighting games and you hear that term, it confirms, cancels, it all comes down to three things: muscle memory, visual memory, and of course the auditory memory. Just the fact that you can learn the sound effect is amazing. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you next time.